So students, in this video we are going to continue the revision of chapter data handling. So here in this question, the performance of our students in first term and second term is given to us. Draw a double bar graph choosing appropriate scale and answer the following. So here in this table, we have been given the performance of our students in first term as well as second term. We have been given the maximum marks in first term as well as maximum marks of second term of subjects English, Hindi, Maths, Science, Social Science. And we have to draw a double bar graph. In double bar graph, we have to show the marks of first term as well as second term. So first we have to denote the first term marks. How we are going to show the first term marks in a bar. So for that we can use a plain bar, and for second term we can use a shaded bar. So first term we can use for blank bar, and second term we can use a shaded bar. So we all know that there is two axes. So this axis is called your y-axis, and this axis is called your x-axis. And we are going to plot the subject name on x-axis, and while putting the names on x-axis you are going to leave gap of one block of your graph. So first is English, next is Hindi, next Maths, next Science, and last is Social Science. So now here I am on x-axis, I have put the names of the subjects, and on y-axis I am going to put this all observations. So how you are going to take we are going to put these observations on y-axis. Here the smallest number is 65 and the greatest number is 95. So we are going to take both the first term and second term marks together, and the smallest is 65 and largest is 95. So I am going to start putting, and I am going to take the gap of 2, 2. So here first I am going to take as 65, then 67, then 69, 71, 73, 75, 77, 79, 81, 83, 85, 87, 89, 91, 93 and 95. So I have taken the gap of 2, 2 on y-axis. So first is I am going to take English, and in first term the English is 67 and second term is 70. So I am drawing a double bar graph. So the first term is of blank and second term is of shaded. So first term is 67, so the bar of first term will go up to 67 in this way, and second term bar is of shaded and that will go up to 70. So 70 will come between 69 and 70. From here the first term bar, it will be like this. So first term marks is of 67, so here you have to put the 67, and here on the second part you have to put, it is of 70, so here you have to put the 70, and second term is of shaded, so here the second bar you are going to make a shaded one because it is of second term. So in this way we can draw a double bar graph of English. Next is Hindi. In Hindi, first term is 72. So the first term bar, leave a gap. Here we have to leave the gap of one block. In the next again we have to leave a gap of one block. So here the bar of first term in Hindi will go up to 72, and 72 will come between 71 and 73. So this is of 72, and in the Hindi in the second term it is 65. So it will go up to 65 like this. This is of shaded part, that is 65. This is of Hindi. Next is maths. In maths the first term is of 88. So we have to go, the bar will go up to 80, and 88 is coming between 87 and 89. This is 88. This is the first term. And second term in mathematics we have it is 1495. So the shaded bar will go up to 95. This is 95 and it is shaded part, that is of second term. Now next is of science. In the science first term is 81. So the bar will go up to, again leave a gap of one block and then start drawing a bar, and which will go up to 81. In this way we have drawn up to 81. This is 81, and in the science the second term marks is 85. So here the bar will go up to 85. So this is 85 and it is of second term, that's why we have to make a shaded part. And last is social science. In social science first term is of 73. So the bar will go up to again leave a one block and make a bar that will go up to 73. This is 73, and in the second term in social science it is 75. The bar that is will be of shaded, that will go up to 75. This is 75. So this is your double bar graph of second term. Now study this table and bar graph, we are going to answer the question. So first is, in which subject has the child improved his performance the most? So here we have to name the subject in which the child has improved the most. So here in English the performance is of 3%. In Hindi the performance has gone down. In maths the performance of about 7%. So 7 marks have been increased, and in science 4 marks have been increased, and social science 2 marks have been increased. So the maximum marks that has been increased in subject of maths. So here subject name will be, subject is maths. In maths there is a most number of marks that have been increased. Now second part is, in which subject is the improvement the least? So we have to tell the name of subject where the improvement is least. सबसे कम improvement किस subject में हुई है? यहाँ पे 3 हुई है, यहाँ पे तो नीचे गिरी है, इसको लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. यहाँ पे 7 हुई है. Here the performance is of about 4. Here the performance is of 2 marks. So here 3, here 7, here 4, and here it is only 2. So that means the subject name is social science. Subject name is social science. And last question is, has the performance gone down in any subject? Yes. In this subject they are asking that, has the performance gone down? किसी subject में performance decrease हुई है? This subject, it is of Hindi. Yes, the performance has gone down in the subject of Hindi. So this is, students, we can draw a double bar graph using this table, and after this drawing a double bar graph we have answered the questions. So now students, the next question is, tell whether the following is certain to happen, impossible, can happen but not certain. So here these are your cases. So that is first is certain to happen. Certain to happen, that means the thing that is we are sure that it will be happen. Impossible means the thing that is not going to happen. And next is can happen but not certain. And last, the thing that can happen but we are not sure. So in these cases we have to apply these things. So first is you are older today than yesterday. This means here it is sure, that means today you are older than yesterday. Yes, that means our age will be greater than today in comparison to yesterday. So that means it is certain to happen. That means this is sure, this thing will be going to happen. It is, we are sure that this thing will be going to happen. Next is a tossed coin will land heads up. So here when we are tossing a coin, and when we toss a coin and it will land heads up, we are not sure that it will land head or it will land tail. So that means in this what will come? Can happen but not certain. So in this we are not sure, then we are not sure that it will come heads or it will come tail. So in that you have to say that can happen but not certain. Third is a die when tossed shall land up with 8 on top. So we all have seen a dice. So you all have played the Ludo. In Ludo there is a dice, and in that dice their number have been, that on the number that is on the dice is from 1 to 6. So here they are saying that when the dice has thrown, it will land 8. So 8 is not possible. So here which will come? Impossible, because this is not the thing that is not happen. It will be impossible. And fourth is the next traffic light seen will be green. So whenever we are traveling by anything, so the traffic light, when we cross the traffic light, it will be seen green. We are not, it is not sure that it can happen green also, yellow also, red. So here what will come? Can happen but not certain. So in this also we are not sure that which light we will going to see in the next traffic light. And last is tomorrow will be a cloudy day. So here we are not, here also in this we are not sure that tomorrow is your cloudy day, sunny day, rainy day. It can be any day also. So here also which will come? Can happen but not certain. So in this also it is can happen but not certain, that we are not sure. So the student, this is your question, and which we have to apply these tools. So now students, the next question is, there are 7 balls in a cane with numbers from 1 to 7 marked on each of them. So in a cane means there is a one box, and in that box there are 7 balls, and all the balls have been marked as 1 to 7 on each of them. So now first is, what is the probability of drawing a ball with number 5? So here, so first to find out a probability, first we have to come to know that how many total outcomes are there. So here your total outcomes, here the total outcomes will be, how many total outcomes will be there? Here how many balls are there? 7, and all are marked with 1 to 7, so total outcomes will be 7. And here they are asking that the probability of drawing a ball with number 5. So ball with number 5 will be your favorable outcomes. So favorable outcomes will be your 1, 5, 1, because out of 7 balls, the ball with number 5 will be only 1. So when we drawing a ball out of 7 balls, the ball which is having a number 5, that will be only 1. So therefore the probability of ball number 5 will be, the formula is favorable outcomes, FO. FO means favorable outcomes upon total outcomes, TO, total outcomes, and the probability of will be 1 upon 7. So 1 upon 7 is the favorable probability of ball with number 5, that is 1 upon 7. So in this way we can find out a probability of ball number 5. In the second part, they are saying that what is the probability of drawing a ball with number 7. So again here in this, again the total outcomes will be 7, and favorable outcome means the probability, the thing that we are going to find out the probability of, the thing that we have to ask to find out the probability. So here we have been asked to find out probability of a ball with number 7, so that will be your favorable outcomes, and number of ball which is having a number 7 will be 1. So favorable outcome will be 1. So therefore the probability of ball number 7 will be, again, the favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. So it will be favorable outcomes is 1 and total outcomes is 7. So again the answer will be 1 upon 7. So in this way we can find out a probability of anything that have been asked. So now the question, students, the revision of chapter data handling is being finished. So now I am going to give you the maths homework, and here maths homework is exercise 3.3, question number 2, 3 of page 68, question 1 and 5 of page 72 and 73, question number 2 of page 76. Students, hope you all will complete this homework. Thank you.